Hello, Eisenhower students. Nice to see you this week. Welcome back to art class. So today we're going to do kind of a fun project that I'm calling the Surreal Eye. We will talk more about the Surreal Eye in a moment, but we're going to go ahead and do a box breath to start art today. I have been enjoying the box breath. It's been helping me to calm down if I feel frustrated or if I'm having a hard time falling asleep since my days are a little bit different. I've been doing the box breath while I'm trying to go to sleep in the evenings. And when I feel a little confused, because I feel like adults and children, just society and the world right now probably feels a little confused about these changes in our daily life. And when I feel that way, I just do a few box breaths and it settles my nervous system and it settles my body and it feels really nice. So the box breath is when you breathe in, hold it, breathe out, and hold it. And in art class, I know we usually do it to a count of 4. But really, you can just take a really deep breath in if you want, or you can just count, take a deep breath into the count of 4. You don't have to count, but sometimes it's nice to count. But I'm just going to go ahead and do one box breath right now, and you can do one with me. And I'd just like you to remember that tool and make sure that you keep it in your toolbox for when you might need it, because these are strange times that we're living in right now. So we are going to take a deep breath in. And then we're going to hold it. And then take a deep breath out. And then hold it. Let's do it just one more time. Deep breath in. Hold it. Deep breath out. And hold it. And if you can envision a box in your brain while you're doing that breath, then it's kind of a nice focus for your mind. So we're going to be making a surreal eye. Now, the word surreal means it's kind of dreamlike or kind of like a fantasy or something when you put real things together in an unreal way. So, the example I used before was like a cow jumping over the moon. A cow really can't go into outer space or jump over the moon, but the moon's real and the cow's real, and you see the cow jumping over the moon, and it is surreal. So to make our surreal eye, the materials that you might need are, you'll need just a piece of white paper and a pencil and eraser to start. And I recommend just starting with a pencil and an eraser, and then from there go on to use whatever materials you have available. Like I have some crayons here, I have some watercolor paint here, I used a black Sharpie pen to outline mine. So whatever materials you have available to you are fine. Even if all you have is a pencil and a scrap piece of paper, you can go ahead and you could do this piece of artwork, because all you're using is your imagination, and that's all you're using, and a pencil and a paper. You could shade it, you can color with the pencil. Sometimes drawings with pencil and just pencil are really beautiful. So one thing you might want to find is a little mirror. Now, I found this little mirror here just hanging on, I don't know what that was, just hanging on the wall in my house. I just took it off the wall and I'll go hang it back up when I'm finished. But looking at your actual eye might be a nice way to start this art project. So what you might want to do to start is have your paper and your pencil, and then take a moment and look at your eye in the mirror. You could even run into the bathroom and just look at it in the mirror and notice the shape of your eye. Because when we look at things and we notice what they actually look like, it helps our drawings really look pretty nice. So look at your actual eye in the mirror and notice the shape of it, and maybe notice some of the details. So the first thing I'd like you to draw, and I went ahead and I drew this with Sharpie so you could see it. You're going to draw the shape of your eye. And if you look closely at your eye in the mirror, you'll notice that there is a little edge at the top of your eye and a little edge at the bottom of your eye, and that's where your eyelashes kind of grow out of. And if you look closely at your eye in the mirror, you might want to add those kinds of details. So the first thing we'll do is we'll start with just the shape of your eye. Now, as you know, while you're watching these videos, if you'd like to pause it and go step by step with me, you're welcome to. You can watch through the entire video and then go back and watch it again and do it step by step. Or you can just watch it and then do it however you like, whatever works best for your learning style. But again, you can always push the pause button and then push the play button and just continue on. So the first thing we'll do is we'll draw the shape of the eye. Now, you'll want to look a little more closely at your eye again and notice the inside of your eye, the circle where the color is. And you're going to look at the circle where the color is and notice that the top and the bottom of that circle where the color is actually touches the top and bottom of your eye. It's not just a floating circle. It actually touches the top and the bottom. And then when you look closely at your eye again, you'll notice a black circle in the center. That's your pupil, and it gets bigger and smaller depending on how much light is coming into your eyes. And you'll notice usually there's some kind of reflection there. And even if all you have is a pencil, you can color that dark area in if you'd like, or you can change what that dark area looks like depending on what your surreal eye looks like. So also you'll notice there are eyelashes in your eye. Every single person has eyelashes, well, most all people. And those eyelashes are meant to protect your eyes when they blink. They get dust out. You know, you'll notice if something blows on you, your eyes will close real quick to try to protect your eyes from the dust. But you'll notice the eyelashes grow at the very top and the bottom of your eye. So go ahead and draw those other two steps on your eye. So you're going to add the iris and the pupil. And the iris is the area that has the color in it. But since this eye is going to be surreal, you may want to not add the color or any lines or shapes to that. So from here is where you get to really have fun. And before you move on to the next step, you could pause this YouTube video and you could open the other video that I'm sending to you all. It's a slideshow of some surreal eyes that I found when I was looking through some images on Google. And it just shows that a lot of people have enjoyed taking this image of the eye and making it surreal. People will sometimes say your eyes are the window to your soul. And so maybe you're going to choose to focus on something that interests you, something that really feeds your heart and your soul, your passion, like your interest in life. If you're an athlete, maybe you could, use your athleticism to inspire your eye, surreal eye. Maybe you turn the whole thing into a soccer ball and then the background into a field. Or if you love fishes or if you love to swim, maybe you'll use water. I've recently been really enjoying how I'm noticing a lot of plants growing outside. We've got grass growing in our backyard. And so I decided to make my surreal eye inspired by plants. So I took that simple shape of the eye, I colored it in, I used watercolor paint, just like regular, watercolor paint. If you have any paint at home, you could use it. You could use crayons. Again, you could just use shading with pencil. But I just drew grass at the bottom and blue sky and flowers and vines and green things because I'm noticing that there's a lot of green right now happening outside and it makes me really happy. I did add some water coming out of my eye, and that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm crying or I'm sad. I just I miss you all, I miss school, and I do have moments of being a little sad, and it's okay to put your feelings in your art. And I think it's really important to put your feelings in your art sometimes because it can help you digest your feelings. Just the process of coloring or drawing slows down your mind and gives you some time to just feel whatever you're feeling. So after I finished this picture, and this did take me some time, so I'm hoping that these art projects that you are doing every week are taking some time and you're really having fun with them, because right now you have some extra time, which is kind of rare, I know, in my life to have extra time, and I think it's a great time to spend some time making art. So I watercolor painted this, and then when I was finished with this picture, I thought, I want to give it a name. And giving a title to your artwork is really an awesome idea. And I decided that I would name this piece of artwork Watering the Grass, because I'm kind of watering the grass, right? And so if you want to give your artwork a name, I'd like to really encourage you to do that. And you can give it a title or whatever you think your surreal eye would need. So don't forget to check out the other YouTube video I sent you this week. That has a lot of images you can look at for ideas. Your first step is drawing the shape. Don't forget to try to look at your eye in a mirror just to get an idea. You could do 2 eyes on a picture if you want. And then after you draw it, you're welcome to use any art materials that you have available to go ahead and turn it into a piece of art. I would love to see your finished art. I'm not grading it. I know that you should mark it as being done in your classroom, however you do that with each individual grade. But I would love to see your finished artwork. And so if you could have your parents, if you want to, you don't have to. If your parents would like to take a picture just with their phone and send me an email with your art, and maybe you can send me the title of your art also. Don't forget when you're finished with your paintings or your pictures that you should always sign your name on the front, and go ahead and put 2020 on there, the year that we are all at home on quarantine. So my email address is elizabeth.hall@bvsd.org, and it should be real easy for your parents to find. My name is spelled like any other Elizabeth, and I'd love to see what you're making. So thank you for joining me this week. I'm excited to see you next week, and I have a really fun art project for us then.